Parashat Bereshit, which tells the story of creation, has arrived at exactly the right time, because who would not want to take a plunge into paradise just about now? Eden in Hebrew means pleasure or delight, and the Garden of Eden is the cradle of our origins, when all our needs were met, when nothing was expected from us, when things just fit. Bliss. We are taught that Shabbat is a taste of the Garden of Eden, the world as God created it and intended it to be. So I thought we could spend just a few pleasurable moments exploring different visions of paradise. Instead of doing what I usually do and turning to the wisdom of sages from our past, I decided, given that we are at Bereshit, to seek out wisdom from the sages of our future. So I contacted several young people, ages 10 through 17, to ask if they could describe what they see when they imagine Eden. 3 16-year-olds from California had interesting takes that all happened to focus mostly on climate and terrain. Rotem imagines Eden to be lush greenery with abundant colorful flowers, clear skies, 77 degrees. She was very precise, 77. Never too bright out, both cool and warm breezes throughout the day. Cozy shade is plentiful under trees thick with leaves, and everyone is a vegan. Did I mention she is from California? Her friend Michaela said she thinks it would always be raining. Again, California. With tall trees and flowers everywhere, and in the middle there is a comfy house, and this is a quote, with a ginormous library. Andrew, who might have pinings for the East Coast, pictures Eden as always 60 degrees, and it is permanently autumn. With rain falling a lot, everywhere you look, there are giant plains of grass and horses. The vision offered by 10-year-old Taylor here in New York reflects her East Coast pace and sensibilities. To her, Eden is a big grass yard with a gymnastics center and an amusement park and a puppy pen and a food court, and you can play soccer in the yard, and the center has an open space where you can do all kinds of things. And I'm exhausted just hearing about it. Ethan, 17, is less focused on what Eden looks like or even what it offers. In his vision, paradise is about behavior. He sees it as a world where empathy and mutual understanding are shared between everyone, and you never sense that people are selfish. People live good lives and feel good about themselves because they are always caring for others. This 17-year-old mensch is echoing the lesson behind a famous Hasidic allegory, and it is the only ancient teaching that I will share because it just fits so perfectly, which teaches that both in Eden and in hell, people sit at large, round dining tables with long-handed spoons that are attached to their arms. Exactly the same. In hell, the people are emaciated and miserable because they can't get the spoons with the food into their own mouths. But in Eden, everyone is well-nourished and happy because they are using those long spoons to feed the person sitting across the table. What Ethan and the Hasidic masters shared was the firm belief that Eden is right here. We are in it now, and the only thing holding us back from experiencing it is ourselves. This brings us to 14-year-old Reines' quite poignant portrait of Eden. She envisions it as a very colorful place with a lot of animals and a big playground where kids are happy and can play without parents worrying about something happening to them. Because in her Garden of Eden, nothing can hurt you and everything is happiness. It's quite something, I think, for a young teenager to describe the world's dangers through the pains that adults experience at knowing they cannot ensure their children's safety. She's an insightful young woman. Finally, I'll share just visions offered by two sets of siblings. Sisters Rose and Bria, 13 and 17, both understand Eden as something they can carry within them. Rose holds paradise in her imagination. She says she has a whole world in her head, and she loves spending time in it. It is an easy escape, always right there for her. And Bria feels like she's in Eden when she reads. Reading to her is a path to a different world. She is never sure where it will take her, but she is always happy to go where it leads. And finally, brothers Jake and Maxwell's takes are closest to how Eden is described in the Torah. They are very similar to each other, with one quite significant difference. Jake, age 12, imagines it as a big, beautiful forest with a bunch of animals and a big tree with fruit in the middle, all surrounded by a gate. 10-year-old Maxwell says, yeah, that's basically what he thinks, but he's sure there's no gate. Definitely no gate. The forest just ends, and then there's nothing, no gate. I imagine that this family's dinner table is often the site of very heady and philosophical conversations. These reflections represent a wide variety of expressions of what paradise can mean to different people, to young people. They reveal human resilience, sometimes that we overlook in those who are young. These children are all facing a variety of significant challenges. Some are focused on external threats, climate change, war in their home country, crime in their neighborhoods. Others are working their way through issues within their households, divorce, competing values within their families, and some face internal struggles, mental health issues, learning differences, the chaos of adolescence, the loneliness of social alienation. I just reached out to a very random sampling of kids. I went through my contacts and contacted friends of mine, family, people I knew who had young people in their homes, which is to say that I think it's a pretty good representation of the variety of ways that young people experience the world and imagine how it could be. It really also underscores the metaphor in the Torah of having no choice in leaving the comfort of Eden. That is what growing up is, with all its pains and pleasures. Whether we hop that fence or simply make our way through the forest into the clearing, none of us can stay in Eden forever. That's what it means to be human. Life is a journey of loss and growth. Each of us stumbles and get lost along the way, but we also bring to the world our own unique offerings, some of which we heard some about so beautifully today. Friendships and kindnesses, discoveries, insights, creativity. B'nai Mitzvah marks our children's beginning their journey towards adulthood. And sometimes it feels like it is just a blink from when they first entered this world, straight from Eden. And somehow 13 years later, here they are, about to lead us. There is a bittersweetness as they move further away from the Eden of their origins and step into the world that they will soon have a significant role in shaping. It's a moment that we celebrate in Jewish tradition in every generation from creation to now and beyond, because while it is crucial and it can sometimes be frightening. It is filled with so much potential and promise. Our young people are very aware of the dangers that exist in our world, but that does not stop them from envisioning it as it can be, especially at this moment when we stand at the precipice of making a decision that will literally shape the world they will be inheriting. Let's look to their yearnings, to their fears, to their dreams, and to their strengths as a roadmap for us recreating Eden so that they can return home, that they can be safe, that they can be free. Ken Yehi Ratzon, may it be so.